What's going on, boss?
What would you say is the most important trait for an offensive lineman to have?
I'd say mentality, just a physical mentality, the willingness to go put somebody in the ground.
You played a lot this year, obviously player, but your team's talked to you about guard and just how important that position versatility is at the next level.
They brought it up a couple times. A couple different teams have asked me different things, but I think it's pretty important being able to play multiple positions, especially if you want to be on the field. So being able to working at all 5 positions, during this process is definitely going to help me get on the field earlier.
Marcus, what teams have you officially had meetings with?
I met with pretty much all the teams since the Senior Bowl. I had formals here with the Texans, Dolphins, Baltimore, Denver, Panthers, New England. Yeah.
Marcus, I want to ask you about your former offensive line coach, Marcus Johnson. What are the things he did to help you get to where you are?
That's my guy. I'll always love Coach Johnson. I feel like he's a tremendous coach. He's helped me grow on and off the field, and he kind of let me play how I wanted to play and helped me add more tricks to my bag and when to use them and whatnot.
What is Ohio State getting in him?
Hell of a coach, good leader, and big guy.
I also want to ask about your former teammate, Max Clare. What makes him such a good tight end?
He's versatile. He moves really well. He knows the game, and he's just a dog. He's got a great mentality, and he works his ass off.
If you had to move inside, play guard, where do you feel you're stronger, on the left or the right side?
I don't even know. I haven't played guard in a couple years, but I'd probably be fine either way. Probably on the right side just because I've been playing right the past couple years, but yeah, I'll be fine wherever.
Talk about I could trick you pull some out and see what's your favorite way to
Either a fake jump set or snatching. I love snatching, getting the hands off me, as soon as I feel that lean, I'm trying to get them down, or on the backside of outside zone, I like to, add a couple different things, so probably those two. Yeah. At first it started on film, watching NFL guys, and Trent Williams was a big influence for me, so I watched a lot of his tape and seeing him doing, and then just trying it in practice over and over and working a couple times and then trying it in the game, and yeah.
you feel like there's an NFL like maybe height, weight, body size?
For me, I'm not 100% sure about the measurables of it, but I feel like I try and portray my game kind of after Trent Williams in a sense. So.
What's the one thing that we don't know that you're good at? Can you catch the ball?
Oh yeah. If you give me that rock, I'm gonna do something with it. But I feel like I'm pretty well-rounded on the football field. You never see me with the ball, but just watch out. Come on, I was in motion a couple years ago. Oh yeah.
I know you didn't have a formal what would it mean to play in the touchdown?
It'd be cool. It'd be great. Lane Johnson's a hell of a player. Mailata's a hell of a player. Learning from those two players would be, insane. Their whole offensive line is, an insane veteran group. So it'd be great to learn from them.
Primarily as a basketball player?
Yeah, I'd say.
When did you decide to switch to
I probably fell in love with football around junior year of high school. We got a new head coach at our high school, and he kind of changed the culture and how things are done around there. So that's probably when I started to learn actual football and fall in love with it.
Were you a better basketball player than a football player at first? Or not?
At first, yeah. At first, probably. As time went on, I got better at both equally, but obviously I was a better football player by the end of my high school career, but yeah, I was a big basketball guy.
And how did it help you?
My feet, I move pretty well. When I grew up, I always wanted to be like Derrick Rose, so trying to be a point guard and trying to move around and have good footwork, I feel like that helped me a lot.
Marcus, when people hear the name, Marcus, what do you want them to remember about you, not only as a player, but
I feel like I want to be the best teammate in the locker room. I always want to be there for my guys. I always want to lend a helping hand when possible. So I just want to be known as a person with a big heart, good smile.
You always put a lot of great players in the NFL. So what does it mean to you to carry the banner for the program at this combine of players?
It means a lot. I love everything about Purdue. I bleed black and gold. So hopefully I can just come out here and do my best and represent for the program as best as I can.
You had a rough year. Don't makes you feel like the competition really kind of sharpened you to get you to this?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. I mean, even since I was a freshman, we've had elite defensive players like George Karlaftis, Branson Dean, Nick Scorton, all those guys. So going against them in practice, they helped me grow a lot, and then being around them just helped me see how to be a pro and whatnot.
Marcus, you mentioned Trent Williams as a big player that you watch on film. Who are the top 3 offensive linemen in the NFL right now?
I mean, personally, I'd say Trent, Panay, and Lane Johnson.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. I had no choice. I've always been a bigger guy, so there was a weight limit back in the day when I didn't like football, so they threw me right in the line, and it was that from there.
What did you want to play?
Oh, you already know I wanted that rock. It didn't matter where, but it would have been cool to see it one time.
Ben Johnson with the Chicago Bears, he was known with the Lions that letting some of those offensive line get the rock in their hands. So if you have that opportunity, what do you think you can do?
You won't be disappointed, I'll tell you that. No, not here. I don't think maybe at the Senior Bowl, but I mean, I feel like just letting me get out in space, let me open up and run, I feel like that'll be best for me. Yeah, I mean, that's what, we've been running the past couple years at Purdue, just turning and running, so I feel like that benefits my game a lot. I feel like my quickness and my explosiveness helps me the most. I mean, my knowledge of the game and, having that extra second to, not think about something that I know that's coming, I feel like that'll help me a lot.
What was it like? Have you had a chance to speak with Strong?
Yeah, I have throughout the process. It's been good. Every meeting I've had has been pretty solid.
So when you talk about either playing on the outside or sliding inside, what are teams' feedback they're giving you in terms of what they like versus what you like?
Yeah, I mean, some teams have said something about guard, some have said center. Nobody has really told me, like, oh, we don't think you can play tackle. So haven't really had any too in-depth conversations about it, but I'll be ready for whatever.
What do you think about the center position and the challenge that would take at the NFL level?
I mean, it'd be different. I mean, I've never played center. I just recently started getting into snapping and, getting off the ball at center, but it feels good. I feel like it'd be a nice challenge to learn something new. And
what have you learned in terms of the technique of snapping the ball? What are some of the challenges in that regard?
I wouldn't say the snapping is too hard. I mean, if it comes pretty natural. It's just looking back, and once you figure out, just taking like 50 snaps a day and just trying to get the muscle memory down of the pocket and whatnot, it's not too bad.
Marcus, how do you think your hand usage and quickness kind of changes between those positions along the offensive line?
I mean, just in the phone booth, inside it's quicker. Everything's quicker. Everything's got to happen a lot faster. So, I mean, it'll definitely affect it, but just got to be smarter with your hands and be ready to go.
Marcus, what's your favorite short yardage goal line play that your coach come in?
I'll probably go wedge and just hand the ball off out of the eye, let them go up the middle.
And what's normally your assignment in that play?
Go down, mush somebody's shit.
Marcus, going one of the matchups you had this past season, the Oregon game specifically on that Friday night. Remember the matchup with number 10, Mateo?
Yeah.
Remember that matchup? What made him unique?
He was a solid player for sure. It was a good game. He was more of a finesse guy from what I remember, and it was good to go against all the talent that they had. They had a great defensive line, but he was a solid player.
And one of their other ones, Jordan Burch, who obviously is the squeeze. What do you remember that matchup?
He didn't play that game, but I mean, I thought Derek Harmon was a hell of a player. If anybody stood out, him and number 90, was it Caldwell? Yeah. So those two were pretty good players on that D line.
I know he's on the other side of the ball from you, but what's the Edmonds like as a teammate? What's he like as a player?
He's going to be great for the Oregon organization. I mean, I feel like he works his ass off. He's one of the top hardest workers I've ever seen, and he's a robot. He's a machine.
Your footwork evolved but quickly, right? From 1 year, and sometimes even from part of the season to the end of the season. What was it about the coaching receiver that led you more efficient and more powerful with how you speak?
I feel like just this offseason I didn't have all the time in the world coming off the injury, so a lot of it was just, mentally thinking things through and envisioning myself and practicing a lot once I was able to come back and just going through that, talking with my coach about trying different things in certain situations, and I feel like just practice over time and good reps help me get there.
So you were with Nick Scorton when he had that big jump in 2023.
Yep.
What allowed him to make that big jump in your mind?
I mean, he did it. Me and him put a lot of work in that offseason going against each other, training together this offseason as well. So I feel like he's always going to work his ass off. He's a hell of a talented player, and me and him going against each other definitely was iron sharpening iron.
He put on weight when he went down to A&M and he cut it, getting ready for this.
Yeah.
Where do you think his ideal scheme fit is and body type is?
I'd stick him at DN. I mean, I know he hits hard and he's quick as shit. He's got some good moves to him for sure. So I think you stick him on that edge in a true edge spot, he'll be great.
Marcus, have you was plenty of NFL teams this week, but have you met with the Buccaneers yet?
No, sir.
What teams have you had formerly with so far?
Denver, North Carolina, Miami, Houston, Baltimore. One more that I'm forgetting.
Sure. So, your memories of being at Purdue University and what it means to you to be a Boilermaker, not just on the field, but off.
Yeah. I mean, it was always important for me to, protect the P and just carry myself the best that I could, be the best version of myself each day. And I feel like Purdue helped me get there. And it's definitely a hell of a place if you want to learn and make yourself a better player.
Your favorite food spot in West Lafayette?
It was a place called Gaza, Zen and Barbecue. Solid. Korean barbecue joint.
Marcus, who's back in that O-line room, who's going to be up here on one of these podiums in the future?
I'd love to see my guy, Bakeen Coley. He's a raw player, but hell of an athlete, super strong. A lot of guys left, man. I haven't met too many of the new offensive guys.
That's modern college football.
Oh yeah, I mean.
Were you ever tempted, or were you always committed to sticking to school?
I mean, I was tempted, maybe coming out of 23, but I was kind of stuck on just thugging it out one more year and getting the job done.
You did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who was the toughest guy you went against this year, and what have you learned from that?
Even though I only got 2 reps against him, probably Abdul Carter. I mean, just watching him on the field, he was moving around something different for sure. In that game, I only got 2 reps against him, so I was pretty shitty about it. But, I mean, I'm ready to go whenever, so I was ready to go. I was ready for it. I was waiting for it.
You had an offer to play defensive tackle out of high school. How does that help you, especially in 2022 when you're playing guard to kind of anticipation?
I mean, I feel like especially when I got to college as a freshman, Branson Dean was a hell of a player, and he got me right supremely when it came to getting ready and the college experience. I mean, he was twitchy, he was fast. He's on the Bills now, so he was the one that probably got me the most ready and learned what to expect week in, week out.
When did tape study really click for you?
Probably sophomore going into 23, 22 going into 23, just especially moving at tackle, having to watch more tape and understand the position and trying to study my opponents more.
What's your favorite tape study play? A play you only could have made because you got in there and got into it?
That's a good question. I don't know if I have a specific play, but just be in anticipation, when shit's coming off the edge, being ready for it. I feel like just picking up on cues, where the safety's at compared to the slot guy.
Okay, what's your favorite late adjustment? Like something that you didn't see at first, but then you spotted late and then really big. 6 years.
I mean, probably similar. Just picking up stuff off the edge, even when you're not expecting it. I remember Ohio State did a random shift one time where they were in a 3 down and brought the edge guy, I was supposed to sit on the down man, but I probably just making last-second adjustments like that.
Well, we're talking about your recall, then. What was your favorite block you made in college?
I mean, if I had to pick one, I remember against FAU my redshirt freshman year. It was a pull block, a trap block, and I just smoked the guy pretty badly, knocked him clean on his ass. That's probably one of them. I mean, I got a lot of favorite blocks, but that was probably up there.
Is that moment for you okay, I can do this at this level, and now I want to go to the next one?
It was solid. I feel like I've always wanted to keep going. And I feel like more than anything this year has kind of helped me understand, if I can do this now against these type of players, I should be able to, keep advancing my game and do it at the next level too.
You're pretty soft-spoken here at the podium. The level of nastiness and craziness that comes out during the game, is it a different kind of tone, or do you kind of try to keep this even?
Oh, for sure. Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm a different person on the field, you know, in a good way. So it's definitely around when that football time comes. I mean, just being blessed for every opportunity that I have definitely helps me.
What are the big things you've learned most from the ones you had to go through in rehab and stuff about taking care of your body?
Yeah.
What has that taught you?
It taught me a lot. I mean, being in the training room pretty much all day, every day, for almost the entire offseason. I mean, it taught me a lot. I mean, it helped me grow as a person. It helped me grow on the field as a player. So it taught me a lot for sure.
What do you do differently now in terms of preparing yourself for games now that you know how to get back to them?
Yeah. I mean, I'm stretching every day. You know, I'm making sure the body's ready to go no matter what's going on. So just making sure that I'm feeling the best, ready to go at all times.
Marcus, last 1 year you got bigger as you got older. You were a great basketball player. What were some of your skill sets?
I feel like I had a really good understanding of the game. I felt like I was a really good passer. And, you know, being able to set things up with my size and size advantages, I'd be able to set things up for my teammates a lot. I was around. I was all over. I'd bring it up if need be, for sure.
Penny Hardaway. We're talking about Penny Hardaway.
Cross me over, are you gonna spin me, or are you gonna run back?
Ooh, it depends on what you're giving me. I mean,
For a guy your size,
Yeah.
how could you handle cross?
I can handle the ball pretty well. I felt like I said earlier, I was a big Derrick Rose fan growing up, and I always wanted to be a point guard, but size definitely didn't allow it. So I definitely had a good handle for sure.
You were the best
All right,
super on
thanks,
the O-line.
Marcus.
Thank you. Oh, for sure. Thanks.